Pick Dogs. We've got Steve Monahan here and Charles Ormsby. They are matching bookends here, both in the, what is that, a creamsicle sort of color going on? It's Creamsicle Friday. I am outside hanging out. Got the birds are chirping. It's a beautiful day. Got, I'll probably go walk around the yard at some point while we're here. What the hell? You guys know I do this all the time. But, yeah, I got a lot going on. It's just whale season, so you can see the whales right from my house. I got binoculars. You don't really need them on a lot of days, but you can see down in my yard, the oranges are really coming in. We got those Tangelos, those really fancy ones with the little temple on top. I think they go for I don't know what they go for, but. And this is my herb garden right here. I love cooking, so I got all kinds of fresh herbs outside. Tons and tons and tons of them. And then, yeah, pretty much it. And then that's what's going on. The Wilson house. Not bad. Anyways, Charles got his computer software. He's going to put us on some winners. Steve, we got NFL football. We talked a lot about that yesterday. Do you have any changes of opinion since yesterday? I did some videos on that stuff. And
I think I'm sticking with, we can review them again, but I think I'm pretty firm in my picks.
Well, we're going to see what Charles has to say about those as well. And I think, I can't get off this Clemson LSU. Both the creamsicles are on LSU, and I can't get off Clemson here. Before the playoffs started, before it even started, they said if this was the matchup, right? Which we all knew it was going to be the matchup, but except for the Ohio State fans, right? They were in denial. But the rest of us that knew this was going to be the matchup, when they announced, the projected line on this game, it was Clemson -1. So I all of a sudden LSU is a touchdown better than that line as they're -6. Here's also another little tidbit for you guys out there. The dog has cashed the last 6 years in the national championship game. There it is. You heard it here first.
I mean, it seems like the general public's all in on LSU too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that makes me like Clemson even more. But anyways, Cliff is saying it's 53 in Jersey. I'm going to guess in January that's not bad.
It's 53, Cliff? Okay. Doesn't feel like 53 and where I'm at, my friend, and I know we're not that far away.
I don't know what it is here, but I'll tell you, I've never worn long pants at home here. Not once, ever.
The streak continues, huh?
Yeah, I've never worn long pants. I have a hoodie that I wear if it's chilly. It got down to about 67 at night. I wear the hoodie like for the first 3 or 4 holes out on the golf course sometimes. Clemson are lucky to be playing the national championship game. You know the Buckeyes got robbed by the refs.
Now, please.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyways, we're going to put up Charles's link here. I haven't done that. I'm outside, so I have a little bit different perspective of it. But, yeah, Clemson's lucky. What about the other 2 national championships that they've won in the last 3 years, and the other, I mean, come on. I don't know. I have no idea, but we have tonight NBA, college hoops, and hockey. We ready to roll with maybe some picks, Charles? And Steve hasn't been with us on these shows. Of course, if you haven't tried Charles' software yet, here's the coupon code. While Charles is talking, I'm going to go around and I'm going to go to the Facebook broadcast and the, all the Facebook groups and everything. I'm going to post this link as to how, so you guys can just click on it. I know that's always a problem. Also, I know some people have had customer service issues. Someone was on the live show this morning saying they had customer service issue, like they needed Charles's phone number. But I'm going to guess that still, if you contact Charles, he helps you out right away. So that was, we don't want to single anybody out, but it was, oh man, what was this guy's name?
It's cool. We definitely had some issues. So thanks for everyone who hung in there with me in the support threads.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
We had a case issue. If you didn't enter Mitch in an uppercase, it was basically like failing some client-side script, and the buttons disappeared essentially. So that's
just bullshit, all right? I mean, that's just bullshit.
It's fixed. It's fixed.
Damn right, it's fixed. All right, so we got. Oh. Thank God it's Friday, right? Today's the 10th. I wrote the 11th in there because I was doing those other videos. I'm going to edit these to the 10th while we're talking. In the meantime, we'll put up Charles' software. Let's see where to go. All right. I know what happened. Hang on. I know what happened. I'm clicking on the Facebook thing because I'm trying to put the link in, so I see us on the Facebook page. So I'm clicking on us there, and there we go. So we got this up. Looks like tennis. An A+ there. Then we got Bayern Munich.
Yeah, these are just the top across the board without filters. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with like college basketball or?
Sure, let's start with college basketball. We got Quinnipiac taking on Niagara in the long-awaited battle. I mean, this one I think people have started tailgating a week ago for this thing.
The Purple Eagles of Niagara. My brother is actually a graduate of Niagara.
Yeah, they're 3-10 this season, so
yeah, they've been
I'd be saying that too loud. Yeah, change.
So did you want to look at this game, or are you just playing?
No, absolutely. Let's look at them. There's not a lot of meat on the bone, but the thing about this one is there's a big spread. There's that Princeton-Penn game. I thought that one was interesting, too, because I love Penn in that game, but last time they played, which was last week, it was all Princeton.
I know the Machines have liked Princeton a few times this year with A's. So, in the context of this game, right, you have Quinnipiac and Niagara. It looks like Quinnipiac is the heavy favorite, right?
Yes.
Gonna scroll down a little bit to see the grades.
Well, that's the thing is that Quinnipiac hasn't really been a big favorite a lot of the time. They're a team that we've done really well with at Pick Dogs. But the thing about them is they haven't really been the big favorite. They're kind of more our value team. We're all about the value too, and that's why it's a good product for our people. So we're value players as well.
So the things that stand out to me are can you see the drawing that I'm doing?
Yep.
All right. Testing out this pen here, so it's the first time for everyone.
Telestrator?
Something.
Nice.
Oh.
Wow, we're taking it up a notch.
Yeah. It's really getting advanced.
Wow. We're see? I knew we could do it. I knew it.
So this stands out to me. That stands out to me. This stands out to me. Quinnipiac seems to be the profitable side, right? With very kind of middling stuff on Niagara side. And then looks like kind of middling around the over-under too. So if I had to take a side, I think I would take Quinnipiac -9.
That's what I took in my video. How about the Penn versus... Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, without the computer, I would have definitely gone Quinnipiac here. Even without the computer.
That's good. Validation.
Yeah.
That's really kind of like a way that we talk about using the software, kind of like along with your own picks. It's a tool.
Sure.
So it looks like we have 4 A's today, that's actually a lot of A's,
especially for a short
general.
card. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
Tomorrow should be real interesting with the with 104 college basketball games and all the NBA. We got the NFL wildcard games. So I don't like to talk about this a lot, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So the pricing of this is the special pricing of $49.99 a month, and that is grandfathered in as long as you keep your subscription. If you have the free trial as well, you're grandfathered in on that $49.99. But I believe Monday night at midnight, Charles wants to raise the price, and I don't blame him, because I think he tries to make it for everybody. But the issue is that when everybody else is charging 5 times as much, you can't devalue yourself to that, especially when you're giving more and better. So you can't blame him, but he'll honor the $49.99 as long as you keep your subscription active. But after Monday at midnight, it will go to $79.99 if you're starting a new subscription. And what else is it? $24.99 a week at that point too, Charles?
Yeah, I'm thinking something like maybe like $74.95 for the monthly, and like.
Well, there it is. You already got a $5 discount over what I was charging. Just make me the bad guy. Hey, you're not the first person to try that one. So,
I was just going to say, it wouldn't be the first time you'd be the bad guy.
looking for a scapegoat. It's all Mitch's fault. Did you know it's possible to build a 10,000 YouTube subscribers and 1 million views by getting 26 Facebook clicks? Some people think so.
Right.
It's funny.
All right, so you want to look at the top A's here for a second?
Yeah, let's look at them. Of course, if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and be sure to hit the like button. That's the thumbs up on YouTube.
So I did a couple things while we were chatting there. I changed the price filter to near even prices, so that will have more kind of coin flip picks, right, that are closer to that even money. And that's, it kind of weeds out the heavy favorites and the heavy underdogs and stuff like that. So that's why you see 2 A's now, right? So the 2 A's are kind of slightly favored, which usually tells me that there's not a lot of value in those picks because the public or whoever sharps bet that other side, right? So they're pushing the money. But like in this situation, you can see here, right, in this graph, and then also in this graph, that they've just been really profitable picks, right? So these are 2 money line picks, right? I mean, these teams are either on heaters or, they found something that's working, and it's just helping them to kind of beat every opponent, right? So, I mean, these look like really strong picks even at these prices, assuming the prices kind of moved since they opened.
Let me take a look at this. So this is Butler, and Butler is absolutely cold-blooded this season. I talk about them all the time. Big Butler person here. Here's the thing about this Butler game, okay? Let me tell you a little something about Butler. Butler has 1 loss this season. They lost to Baylor, who's, I think, one of the best teams in the country. They lost by 1 point in that game, in a game that really could have gone either way. 1 point loss to Baylor. Every other game they've won, and they've played everybody. They haven't played like Niagara. They've played North Carolina. They've played everybody. Florida, Michigan. They've played everyone. But they've never won at Providence, ever. Never. So I gave out Butler on my YouTube video, and I've been hammered since. You know how the YouTube audience, they have no accountability, so they have no problem letting you know how much they detest your pick.
Yeah, Butler's going to win. I think they win their first game in Providence. I think they're cold-blooded assassins this year. So, and the spread is only, last I saw, 1.5? Take that all day.
Yeah, the spread is dropped because of that Providence, that statistic. It's out there.
Yeah, I got it though.
So if we just take a little deeper dive into these games, right? No surprise that the A is here, right? Because we drilled into this for that reason. Things that stand out here, right? You have, just an incredible profit number here, right? And even the scoring aggregate, plus 88 in the last 10 games. So they're beating their opponents by almost 9 points a game. And that's just a beating. Let's see. It looks like, too, there's a slight kind of lean towards the under. See this B+ grade, which is a decent grade, worth considering. Probably worth kind of taking a deeper look. And how I normally take that deeper look, if you change the tab here to the pick type that you kind of want to investigate, you can see we have some implied differentials here, and then this is just basic line movement, right? So you can track where the lines
implied
go.
Differentials. Take me back to the implied differentials. What does that mean?
So if the total changes, the point spread, that has some effect on the value of the point spread, right? So let's say you're a heavy favorite and the total goes up 5 points, right? Then that heavy favorite, whatever that point spread was, is now a lot easier to cover because they're saying the game's going to shoot out, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
We should add some tooltips and stuff here to kind of explain some of that, but in general, you want to lean towards the green, right? Because that's kind of the other side of what we're talking about. But again, these are just visual cues, right? So you kind of have to make the decision for yourself. But you can see that the total started about 3 or 4 points lower, and then it did actually go up quite a bit. I'm sorry. It's like a half a point lower. And if you look kind of at the head-to-head comparison all the way at the bottom, you can see that the unders covered, what is it? I guess 4 of the last 8. The push in there.
But
so 3 of the last,
the computer the computer likes Maryland, but Maryland's been hideous on the road this season. They've been real bad on the road.
Yep.
The computer doesn't look at that.
No, it does. It does.
Or is it paying too much attention to Iowa's last game where they were on the road as well? Iowa lost to Nebraska, and that's always going to skew this thing. It's like if you lose to Nebraska, it's going to skew your stats, right? And I think that's what maybe they're looking too much at that. Because the reason why I'm saying that is I like Iowa in this game. Big Ten teams at home have done extremely well this season. It doesn't matter who it is or who they're playing; they've done extremely well.
That's right. And it's a tough place to play at, too. Iowa's no joke to go into.
Fran Dumpy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we will
I don't
see.
know. It's hard to argue with these numbers,
Well, I believe it or not, ask my wife. I could pretty much argue with anybody at any time. Even whether I have a leg to stand on or not, the John Cleese bit, I'm here to have an argument. That's pretty much me. But anyways.
Iowa has a good differential, too. Iowa's almost beating everyone 8 points a game, right?
Iowa's, I think, is good value, especially at home. I think Big Ten teams in general at home have been really good this season. This is a tough game, but it has the A rating, that coveted A.
Yeah, it's hard to go against the A's.
Yeah, well, plus 106 units in 30 days. I would say it's been a death sentence, right, to go against the A's. So maybe my heart is just getting in the way of the reality of this game. Maryland is a really good team. They're loaded, They're ranked in, what are they, top 10 or something, right?
Oh, they're top 10ish, yeah. And again, the spread's only 2 points, too, so. I like Maryland here, and it validates, my intuition when I see an A here on the software. So I'm definitely going Maryland.
less than going against the A's. I either just avoid them or take them.
Yeah, I mean, at plus 106 units, it's tough to go against them. Can we get an update on that figure as to like where we are over the last 30 days with the software?
What figure?
You know, like plus how many units for the last 30 days.
This stuff?
Yes.
It updates like as soon as the game's finished.
Yeah, but that's not saying the last 30 days, is it?
Yeah, it's the last 30 days.
So it's only had 93, so it's down now.
We have a filter on.
What's the filter?
It's college basketball.
All right, we'll take the filter off. Let's see what we got. There we go. So it's plus. It's come off a little bit, but still winning record. Oh, it's there's the wheel of death.
I think it still had a filter on. There you go. This is the unfiltered version. This updates like every 30 minutes.
So
or so.
the A plus bets have improved since the last time we checked, and the A bets are plus 97. So in the last 30 days, if you only bet Charles's A and A plus bets, you're up 109 units. So it's actually better now than it was 2 days ago, the last time we looked. And so if you bet $100 a game, you're up 10 grand. Is that correct?
Sounds right.
Yeah. If you bet $100 a game, you're up $10,900. That includes the juice, right? That goes off the money line and everything. Oh, so that's pretty good. If you bet $100 a game, but that being said, you've had over 1,000, almost 1,200, more than that, right? 12, 9, 11, about 1,200 games that you've bet on. So you've had a lot of action if you've done that.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Well, let's just say, if you're in the Pick Dogs group, it's probably not outside your comfort zone to have a lot of action. we're not really known for like just bet one game a week type crowd. It's like it's not our group. I'm sure there are other groups that have that and they have these other great systems. Where you play this system, but the system only. I love it. I see these system plays and it's like, yeah, but the system only comes into play like once every 3 months. It's like I got the best record over the last 9 years. It's like, yeah. It's like I don't know anyone disciplined enough to do that. I'm sure I know there are people that are. I just don't know them. I just don't know them.
Hard to stay disciplined.
So if you are interested in the software, you can just click on the link that I posted in the comments. It's also in the description of the video, and you can get a 7-day free trial. You'll also be grandfathered in to the current pricing, which is $49.99, which will be going away very, very soon. Not just very soon, very, very soon, like Monday night.
Right. After LSU wins the national championship and covers, right? After that.
Yeah, well, then it will never be going up, so everyone is going to be safe on that one because Ed Orgeron has won so many national championships, and he's got so many big moments, right, in his coaching career that I'm going to put one nickel of my hard-earned money anywhere near that guy. It's like I don't see it, man. You're not going to see my money anywhere near that. I just. Like I said, Dabo Swinney has a pretty good record in these type of games. Ed Orgeron, not so good. Sticking with Clemson. Okay. The world's on LSU. The world. This is a bad place to be.
I mean, I'm with you that the value seems like it's on Clemson, but there's something about LSU that they're just kind of playing on another level,
I agree.
Because they beat Mississippi State?
Stop. Please.
Mississippi State was awesome.
And Clemson almost lost to North Carolina in week 3 or something. So give me a break.
Almost. But meanwhile, they haven't lost in 2 years.
It pains me to bet against Clemson. It really does.
Well, it's going to be more painful to bet against Clemson. It's going to be super painful. Charles, what else we got? Charles. So I'm also, another thing that I'm going to probably start doing is, aside from having Charles on these shows, is I'm probably going to do a morning video, like a separate regular YouTube video, just one a day. I'm just going to randomly pick a spread knowledge pick. And I'm going to just go over it and do a video and say, this is today's spread knowledge. We got to come up with a name for it. So if anyone's got a good name for me to call this video, kind of like my dog of the day, spread knowledge, spread killer, the spread, knowledgeator. I don't know what we're going to call this thing. But I'm going to start doing that. And it's 100% unapproved by Charles and his company. So there.
We look forward to seeing those.
I'm sure so does your legal team. Anyways.
How did you two guys meet in the first place? How did you guys come across each other?
Just, in the business.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much well known out there. So
I got it. Okay.
People find me. Charles was pitching his software around, and I'm one of the few people in the entire industry that get it.
Okay.
That's pretty much that's pretty much is what happened. It's like some people, they kind of just, they don't do anything. And then other people, they're kind of like, whoa, my people are going to love this thing. If we can explain it to them in terms that they can understand. And I think getting it down, and that's why a lot of what we've done this week is break it down to its easiest and most simple form, saying the A and the A plus picks are the ones to bet. And that really is as simple as it can get with the software, but the capabilities are so much more. The data dog pick of the day. I kind of like it. I kind of like that. Data
that is
dog.
a good one.
But then it'd have to be an underdog of the day. The data, I don't know. We'll have to think of it. I'll come up with something. I always do. Let's see what else we got. 4,000 pick of light.
The audience will get their creative juices going. I'm sure there's going to be 1,000 names coming this way.
There will be.
Yep.
So Charles loves Butler here. That's what he's circling. He's got the telestrator out. He's using magenta. It matches his cream shirt. Him and Steve. Steve, did your girlfriend buy you that shirt?
You know what? I actually picked this bad boy out about a year ago on the rack. It's an Izod, and it was on sale, so I saw a good value.
Like, it's not my rayon.
I gotta say, she's not a real big fan of it. I'll tell you that.
I decided to take a little step away from my normal rayon.
I'm not going to see her today, but obviously I think she'll be watching the show, so I may get a little zinger later on.
She'll be like, you wore that shirt on the show?
Yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. I see that shirt on the show one more time.
Can you go back up to that last thing there where with some right? There you go. Butler to win. No, below. It said up and stop. Right there. Butler at 38-11 over under smaller current total of 126.5 since January 8th, 2000. I don't have my readers on. I can't see it. 2009 with a profit of 26 units. Butler 18-2 after an under total since March. So these are trends that you're picking.
Yeah,
up.
Those are the data points, right?
Yep.
Those are the 4,000 data points that we use.
Wow, this is interesting stuff.
That's pretty good stuff.
Once again, if you haven't, triple dog dare data pick of the day. Everyone seems to like the data theme. Charles's charm of the day. Charles in charge of the day. Thread value profit on a C, Clemson plus 668, and on LSU if they're a B but plus 365. Explain. You see that? Thread value profit on a C for Clemson at plus 6.68, and on LSU they are a B but plus 3.65.
Are we talking about this game here?
Yeah, very confusing. LSU's dropped to a B now, but the outright win is at B plus. My Clemson C. This is going to be one for the C team, and it's going to be 366 units to the good.
That's amazing that Clemson could be a C, right? C's kind of like
it's so obvious. I don't understand what everybody else is looking at, but to me, it's so obvious. It's like I don't even understand it. It's almost too obvious. It's like you're getting almost a touchdown against Ed Orgeron in a big game. It's like LSU has won one big game in the last 40 years, and Nick Saban was the coach. I don't know.
I'm aware.
That's what it took.
I mean, this is Ed Orgeron's first national championship game as a head coach.
For a reason. It's the first time one of his teams have ever made it.
Okay.
The other guy's been there 3 of the last 4 years.
All I know is Joe Burrow has 55 touchdown passes.
Yeah, well, he hasn't played Clemson yet.
Yeah, okay.
Were you on Clemson, obviously, when they played Ohio State?
Of course.
Yeah, we both were, definitely.
Because you didn't feel too good at halftime.
Yeah, we did.
Right.
We all unloaded on Clemson at halftime on our halftime show. We unloaded on Clemson's second half.
For them to come back and get in it, but
to win the game.
I mean, they kind of were. The first 20 minutes of the game, they kind of got.
I was going to say after the first quarter, I didn't feel too good, but once they closed the gap,
I never felt bad about the game at all. You could ask my wife. I was like, they got them right where they wanted to, because when those Ohio State fans start celebrating in the crowd like that, oh man, there's no better wins than that. Those are the best wins.
I think when Trevor Lawrence was laid out on the field, there was a chance, just by the look at him in that instant moment, that if this guy doesn't come back, then I thought Clemson was in trouble. But obviously Lawrence comes back and plays outstanding the rest of the way. So
yeah, but it wasn't even, he gets all the credit there, but they had no answer for Etienne. They had no answer.
Yeah, I get it, but
no answer. Lawrence is a nice player, but Etienne is, he's a game breaker.
No, he is.
It's kind of like what Ezekiel Elliott was supposed to be.
Yeah, true.
Ezekiel Elliott never been the same since the suspension.
Since he pushed the security guard in Vegas last year.
So why does it go back to that? There's red and green there with the Clemson and LSU. Clemson all green.
Are you talking about this here?
No, lower. There.
Yeah, because they're getting the points, and it's moved a little bit. In the totals moved up a little bit. It looks like, so they're getting maybe down, which is causing them to get some extra credit for their points. Let's look.
Dobbins was killing them. Yeah, he didn't kill anybody. Come on. Got handled.
Looks like the total hasn't really changed much.
I like the over in this one.
Yeah, I like the over too.
Let's go to the Brooklyn Nets against the Miami Heat. Or the Mavericks and the Lakers. How about that one? Mavericks and the Lakers. So to me, the Mavericks have been a team, and I don't know. I'm interested to see what the software has to say. But to me, the Mavericks have been overvalued a lot this season, a real lot. I like the direction of the team. I like the way they're going. I like Luka, but I don't like laying points with them, ridiculous points in bad spots. And I think that's what the Mavericks have become. Meanwhile, the Lakers, it's been the same thing. Laying big points, but they're the Lakers, so there you can accept it and know that comes with the territory. But in this one now, it's just a 1.5 point game, right? So what are they saying here? Dallas Mavericks, money line. Dallas Mavericks, over. I like the Lakers here.
Yeah, the Lakers have a nice little trend line here.
Well, they're the Lakers. They got two of the best players in the history of the game on one team.
Yep. And Porzingis is hurt for Dallas, right? He's still out.
Yeah, I think Anthony Davis is hurt.
Yeah, it looks like the Mavericks just lost to the Hornets at home.
That they did.
It's kind of like, I feel like I don't know which Mavericks team is going to show up,
That's exactly what it is. It's like, because it's almost like with the Utah Jazz where the lines don't match up with what they're doing. Yeah, AD is not playing today. It's like they're all over the place. But meanwhile, Dallas is still favored by 2.5 on the road.
This is like this is probably a nationally televised game too. This is one that's probably just highly avoidable,
Yep. That is the highly avoidable game. How about San Antonio and Memphis? This game is a pick'em. And the Spurs have been red hot. Of course, the Grizz are a value team, right? Small market. But this line has gone from -1 for Spurs, have been red hot. Red hot. Pop has them really playing together well. That's why the line looks off.
Both teams have a nice...
Yeah, trend upwards, right?
Yeah. You got this going on. This. Are the Grizzlies playing a lot better too, it looks like?
Of course.
Yeah, they are.
Grant's back.
Yep.
And the Grizz have been improving. I've been on the Grizzlies a ton this season. I love teams like the Hornets and the Grizzlies and, teams like that. The teams that most people avoid.
Yeah, this is like as dead a heat as you could possibly find on the site, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looks like on paper for me too. And that's why we're asking. So this is probably an avoid too, especially on a big card.
Yeah. Definitely. How about what's trying to remember which ones were B pluses.
Can we sort the NBA by ranking? You don't want to show them all, obviously. How about
At the Heat Nets. I think it's 4-point spread. Heat.
is the pick section to log the picks that they've bet?
So at the bottom of the picks section is your my picks. and that's like your kind of your own area where it shows your pick history that you've made. Other than that, all the links underneath picks are for kind of research, really. These are all kind of just like different views of the value grades, essentially. If you want to think about it like that.
It's like I'm struggling a little bit with my computer trying to get back to where I'm at because I don't have my multiple screens like I normally do. So I want to put the code back up on the YouTube in the comments, and there it is. If you haven't taken advantage of the software, that's how you get there.
So on this one, it looks like the machines favor the Heat. And it looks like in general the Nets have been
not so good
pretty
recently.
bad. Right? You got bad profit against the spread.
They've been playing like the
against
Nets.
What's up?
They've been playing like the Nets.
Yeah. So this looks all good here.
The Heat have just been a force this season. They've flown under the radar really well. But, you know, when you look at the overall records, they have one of the top records in the entire NBA. And they've beaten the good teams, too. Not just the have-nots.
Right. No, they're for real.
See, we got about 10 more minutes. Do we want to use it? Do we want to look at any of these hockey games? It's only 3 games on the card.
I mean, the best one looks like Penguins Avalanche out of the 3. Coyotes Hurricanes is a good matchup too.
Yeah, but the other one actually has the tightest line.
What, Senators Red Wings?
Yep.
So it looks like, just kind of pointing out what looks profitable, right? The Penguins against the spread has been profitable. You can see they kind of netted almost 4.5 units there. Money line for the Penguins has been very profitable as well. It looks like the Avalanche go over a lot, right? You can see that at least in the last 10 games. So there's a lot of recent overs there. It looks like the only kind of B-plus pick on the board is the Penguins under. Probably the machines can see something here that's predictive in terms of like a set of those data points that would combine to make it a pick of value, if that makes sense. Looks like our premium systems took them. That's likely because we kind of try to make those in the morning, so not all the grades are out or the spreads are available. So sometimes we take kind of middling picks there, but just look out for that. I don't know, is there anything else you guys want to look down here at the head-to-head? Looks like they've kind of halved the head-to-head.
Yeah.
So I think if you're going to look at anything in this game here, you're going to kind of favor the under and like any Penguins kind of +1.
So on the B plus picks, are those? So a B is neutral, correct?
Yeah.
Seems like a high rating for a neutral pick. It's just me.
You know, it's hard. We went back and forth on that, and we don't want to scare people away from what we think are neutral picks. And we felt if we put a C on that or something like that, it was a little too low.
You didn't think like going like maybe a 5-4-3-2-1 system instead?
It's just like more numbers.
Yeah, but it's like a 5-star rating, a 4-star rating, a 3-star rating. It's standard. It's an industry standard.
Right.
And that, there's a big difference between a 3-star pick and a 5-star pick. you know. But an A and a B, it's like, I'll tell you, I was such a bad student. Anything above the hook was pretty much an A to me.
Some would say the hook minus was even good too.
Yeah, I mean, some people have recommended the star rating before. The thing I like about the letter rating is that you can, I feel like, squeeze a bit more information in. You know? But I've often thought about just making a setting where people could toggle between the letters or the stars. Because it would be very easy to do the letter grades as stars. Very simple.
All right, well, I'm going to bring everybody back. Hang on a sec. Right. As you can see, I'm now slouching in my chair and relaxing here. It's a beautiful day. But,
But what about the 4 NFL games?
How do I have Monahan twice here? Wait a minute. How is that possible? There we go. All right, so now we're all back. So if you haven't tried the software, it's a free 7-day trial. It's $49.99 a week after that. It comes to about $1.75 a day, something in that range. The one thing that I haven't heard from anybody, which is crazy, because I've been doing this for 13 years, and I've charged all different types of prices, and I've been at sites that charge all different types of prices that are standard. I haven't heard from one person that this is too expensive. So that is good. But with that being said, the prices are going up Monday at midnight after the national championship game, after we're all cashing our Clemson tickets. So, so be sure to use the link. Anything else? Charles, Steve? Charles, you're going to come back tomorrow. We have a lot of games tomorrow. The morning show is kind of packed, but we could do like an early afternoon show where there'll still be a ton of games. I mean, we could do whatever. Or we could do an early morning show, like early morning.
Just let me know what you think is best. I'm available.
Right. But we'll have Charles on at some point tomorrow, even if it's like for some live in-game. We'll just sit here for a half hour and stare at each other while the live updates come in for the in-game, because there's so many college basketball. And we'll have to see what's going on then. Does it do halftimes?
So it does in-game. So whenever it sees value in-game, it will alert you.
Anybody have any more questions? I love the software, but I find myself overthinking it a little now. Rod was big on the pens. He also uses the software. I'll be taking a shot with the pens. Okay. Does that mean the pens under total goals? Guru Mitch, my girl says she loves the way you spread the love to everyone. All right. My wife says, here, Carrie, you tell. Carrie says, settle. She says, settle down. Carmela hates Steve's shirt he's wearing on the show. It's creamsicle colored. He's not seeing her today, so he's got the shirt on. Yeah, it is a little peachy. Peachy, if you will. They both have it on, the same color. Bookends. So the price is going up Monday night. Yes, but if you're currently under the free trial or a subscriber, then you're grandfathered in. As long as you keep your subscription active and current, the price will not come up. But if you let your subscription lapse and say, I only play football, so I'm not going to sign up for it again next football season, the price is whatever the price is at the time, and there's no coming back to Charles and say, well, I was paying $50 and now it's $60. It's like, he's going to say, well, it's, he's going to say, my Outback steak dinner used to cost $10.99 on Mondays, and now it's $14.99. and I don't even get the coconut shrimp anymore. So, I don't know. I had this conversation with a guy at the golf course the other day telling me that I don't even eat this stuff, but he says it to me. I'm an Outback guy, and in Daytona, I go to Outback. It's $10.99. He's Canadian, and it's like he's not coming back to Maui. This is last year. It's like it's $10.99 in Daytona. It's $14.99 here. It's like, well, no. When you Google cheap place to live, I don't think Maui came up. It's like we went over this yesterday on the show that they put out a report that the median home price in Maui is $740,000. Is the median home price. I don't think economical living is in Maui are two things that go hand in hand. This is I don't know. It's crazy. Shout out to Miss Mary, my Miami homeboy. That's me. Mitch in Hawaii, that is me. Does the computer software work better than flipping a coin? I don't know. That lucky penny was on a heater during last year. It was on a major heater. We used to do the penny pick in baseball season and stuff. Oh man, maybe it's time to bring the penny back out of retirement. I think we have a lot of things planned, and like I said on yesterday's shows, I don't know which show I even said it on. It's probably in the morning. But, look for a lot of new things. We have Charles, we got Steve. These are all people that you haven't seen everywhere else. We're not going for the same people that you can see at a million different sites. We're getting, new people, fresh ideas. We're not like pigeonholing like some people are saying now, because it's easy to have Charles on our show because he can give a pick and get it wrong, and, you're not going to say Charles isn't going to be the asshole. It's the software's the asshole, right? So it's nice. It's easy. Believe me, I've been called a lot worse than that. I mean, you guys have seen my YouTube channel, and you've seen, my Facebook page when I sometimes will post, my favorite Twitter comment of the day or something. It's like, I mean, who goes out and gets the Twitter handle Kill Mitch? I mean, come on. It's like Kill Mitch, Mitch Hater, Mitch H the number 8 ER. It's like Mitch Hater 2, Mitch Hater 3, Mitch Hater 4. It's like, I don't know. Some people really like me. They dedicate a lot of time and effort to me. But the thing about the software is that it is a tool, and it's like you have to remember it as such. There's nothing that's foolproof, but the numbers justify it. And if you bet $10 a game, and you bet all the A games or whatever, then you're up $1,000 in the last month, betting $10 a game, and that I think is pretty reasonable. But it's a lot of action, and some tennis, and some other things that make us a little uncomfortable. It's weird, you see like Yevgeny Kafelnikov, playing tennis, and then you see him at the casino too a lot. It's just weird. Right? I don't know. All right. Anyways, going to wrap it up. Thanks, guys, for joining me. We're going to have Charles on sometime tomorrow. We'll hook up a time. Steve will be back with us as well. We'll have the Puck Dogs with us. It's just I can't have 5 people on at once, so we'll just have to figure it out, So we'll probably just do a separate, quick, early show with Charles. And because there's no football early tomorrow, I'm gonna mix it up and play a little golf in the morning after the show. So we'll figure it out. We'll get there, and I don't know. There's never a shortage. And like I said, starting next week, I'll be doing a daily pick with it also within my regular video lineup, but it'll have to be in the morning because the software picks are later on. I do the other videos at night. Anyways, this is Mitch for these guys. Creamsicle, Aloha Friday. Happy Friday, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Either at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We might even have a 9 a.m. Eastern time with Charles, or a 9:30. We'll have to figure this stuff out. I don't know. Eventually, I'll get one of those schedule books. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And if you need the coupon code, just let me know.